MGG is a platform for understanding global governance and the fact that it can have global responses.
After MGG, we are never the same. However, this is great because it comes with a powerful global network.
Long before the 2030 agenda and the SDGs, MGG program pretty much covered all the topics of the global goals and has been at the forefront of innovation from the beginning.
It's a cultural experience that facilitates common understanding as global citizens.
Without any doubt, NGG is the most global and constructive initiative in which I have taken part.
Global society has to deal with increasingly difficult challenges regarding human security and well-being, the stability of ecosystems, and sustainable prosperity worldwide. At the same time, global centers of power are shifting towards South and East. Rising powers transform the world order. Therefore, open dialogue and joint efforts of all relevant actors and institutions are essential. The Managing Global Governance program provides an innovative platform to create joint visions out of the different perspectives from important rising powers, Germany and Europe. It brings together relevant government and non-governmental institutions, producing innovative knowledge for the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Based on the three pillars, training, knowledge cooperation, and policy dialogue, MGG is a constantly growing global network for transformative change. The program is implemented by the German Development Institute, which is located in Bonn.
I think for me, it really has started my career.
For me, it was expanding my professional network, but also personal friendships within the MGG participants, but also now within Europe.
It is important to have friends, but it's more important to have more friends from emerging countries and developed countries as well.
It helped forge North-South as well as South-South solidarities.
Cultures might be different, languages are different, but respect, trust and friendship are pretty much the same everywhere.
People really have the time and space to build trust among each other, among the institutions, and the mid and long term also among countries.
Important incubator for trustful relationships is the training and dialogue format MGG Academy, which brings together young professionals from the participating countries in an intensive 4-month course that blends academic modules, modules on leadership development, and applied project work to strengthen future changemakers.
It's not only a training program, but it's a dialogue program. So it's about bringing people together who have a lot of expertise. And what we are doing is we are trying to create an environment for that is supportive for this kind of acquiring of knowledge and developing your own competencies. I think the diversity is really one of the diamonds that we have in this group. I think that is what makes all this learning happen, because you bring together people who have very, very different backgrounds. Sometimes it's not easy, sometimes they struggle, sometimes they disagree, but they learn how to communicate effectively, or let's say constructively. They learn to somehow maybe develop a mutual understanding and to think about what are collective solutions or what are common solutions and how do we want to approach things. We want to have people at the end of the course who have this global mindset and who have this will also to participate and to contribute to making a change.
To shed new light on current global challenges and to explore innovative problem-solving approaches at the national, regional and international level, MGG supports joint projects of researchers and experts from politics, civil society and private sector organizations, always focused on practice-oriented knowledge creation.
For me, it's really the getting together within this umbrella network. That's what would encapsulate this program. It's also led to concrete outcomes like the projects that we are now doing. A current one that I could mention, for example, is on environmental and social regulations and standards in the global economy. And it brings together people from Germany, India, Brazil, Mexico, South Africa, people writing papers from different perspectives. So those kind of outcomes are really lasting and they create experiences which I then can take back to my teaching, which is my principal profession.
To make change happen, the consequent continuation of joint knowledge cooperation is the policy dialogue. It takes place in the form of focused consultations regarding strategic and political processes. A productive dialogue between decision makers from Germany and partner countries has been launched and results in concrete policy advice. One example is the T20 process, in which think tanks and research institutions provide research-based policy advice to the G20.
Our partners in the MGG network are a real wealth we can draw on for making the T20 process a success. So we are not restricted to the usual think tanks from the US or European countries, but can really introduce think tanks, research organizations we usually cooperate with in the MGG program, and this has really made the debate more development-oriented from a holistic point of view maybe, or has also facilitated to put forward the reform of international cooperation as an important ingredient of implementing the 2030 agenda and as an important policy field for the G20. And that, I think, would not have been possible without the MGG program.
MGG offered us opportunities to touch the different level, different sectors, and the different identity of the key stakeholders for global governance.
Engage in a discussion with a diverse group of professionals and experts participating in the leadership trainings and international future trainings and visiting UN organizations and international NGOs in different countries.
The understanding and the friendship among all the participants will have the lasting effects on global economic and developmental governance.
In this wave of new nationalism that we have now, I believe to have a broader conception and more international conception of solutions, it's maybe one of the ways to deal with this situation.
In essence, MGG teaches that we cannot change the world without changing yourself. So this is, for me, it's a very holistic and complex experience and process.
This MGG program brought young leaders together, in which we are investing long-term, and brought institutes together from which these young leaders are coming to build a joint knowledge platform. A joint knowledge creation implies that you develop joint perspectives on what the problems are about. Then we are coming up with completely different solutions, and this is fine. We need these different answers and these multi-perspectivities to get better solutions regarding global challenges. And this joint knowledge creation process is the precondition for legitimate collective action and global governance. And we have been very successful in that, because now we do have a network of more than 200 young leaders, which we met everywhere again and again in international conferences, in our ministries. So the density of the network is astonishing and great.
The way MGG network is developing and the way it is evolving, it would not be overestimation to say that in future MGG will become an independent institution and it will work in very close association with the other international organizations on global issues.
We want to advise policymakers and civil society actors, the business community, to join hands in moving this world towards global sustainability.
Today we're around 300 alumni. I'm thinking about 3,000.
You can make this vision come true. Get in touch with us and learn how to join the MGG network. Managing Global Governance, Global Network for Transformative Change.